The member from Kitchener-Waterloo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, the NDP fought hard to ensure that this legislature and MPPs had a financial accountability officer here. New Democrats believe in independent oversight. When the legislation was written, no one expected the Premier and the Liberal government to deny the financial accountability officer the information he needs to do his job. This morning, the FAO called a news conference and he said, and I quote, "It is highly disappointing that instead of looking to maximize the information that the government can provide to MPPs and through them all Ontarians, the government is focusing on how it can restrict disclosure of information. Why is this Premier trying to undermine yet another independent watchdog?"
Mr. Speaker, be seated, please. Be seated, please.
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we value the work that the Financial Accountability Officer does. We are working collaboratively with them. We recognize the necessity for timely manner in which information is received. We also recognize a duty that we have in regards to confidentiality requirements in the work that we do. And I know the member opposite respects that, and if they don't, they should. But we will continue to work with the Financial Accountability Officer to provide the information necessary.
The member from Renfrew. The member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke is warned. You've got two.
So, Mr. Speaker, we'll continue to work with the FAO as we always have.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals have tried to undermine the Auditor General of this province. They have fought with the Ombudsman Office. Now they're refusing to give the Financial Accountability Officer the information that he needs to assess the financial impact of this government's decisions. Mr. Speaker, there is a pattern here. This government seems to have a problem with transparency and accountability and openness. As the FAO has said this morning, and I quote, "They are saying they're an open government, and I'm saying let's see the data to show that you're open." Now, the Premier talks a lot about openness and transparency. Will she be open with Ontario's independent, nonpartisan Financial Accountability Officer, or will she continue to stonewall?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please.
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we will continue to work with the FAO. I talk with him on an ongoing basis. My officials, even yesterday, met with the FAO because we recognize how important the work he does and must have information on a timely basis within the confines. In fact, the FAO recently said, and he said, "I respect the concept of cabinet confidentiality." Yes, they do need to have cabinet confidentiality. We do require some degree of confidentiality when we're putting forward some of the issues. We recognize as well that the FAO, as well as the Auditor General, requires information when it's available. And at this point in time, we will make everything available. A directive is being sent across the ministries to ensure that the officials, which are the non-partisan officials of this government, who does have ongoing relationship with the FAO, to provide the information that is required within the Act that member approved and supported, Mr. Speaker.